Listen carefully. There is something people almost never talk about. When a woman begins to grow older or loses her husband, many immediately assume that something inside her has also disappeared, as if her emotions, her desires, and her ability to love simply fade away. But that is not true at all. The truth is that the human heart does not recognize age. The heart only understands experiences, pain, memories, and the circumstances life places upon us. And today we are going to discuss something that is rarely mentioned, not because it lacks importance, but because many people are not ready to hear it. This subject touches something extremely deep, the emotional loneliness of a woman who has lost someone, yet still feels life moving inside her. When a woman in this stage of life begins to feel attracted to someone, she usually does not show it openly. There are no dramatic actions or obvious confessions. Everything happens quietly, in a very subtle, very slow, yet deeply meaningful way. Because this is not an ordinary emotion. It comes from a place in the heart that cannot easily be explained with words. But before understanding the signs, there is something important we must first recognize. A woman like this is not only carrying the present moment, she is also carrying her past, her losses, her memories, and the questions she never dared to speak aloud. On the outside, she may appear calm and strong, but internally she is often battling a loneliness that nobody else can truly see. Society frequently tells her how she should feel, what she should forget, and how she is supposed to move on with her life. Yet there is something most people forget. The human heart cannot be controlled by society. The heart continues beating with emotion even when the entire world around it changes. And when that heart begins to feel something again, an inner conflict slowly begins inside her. It is not only attraction. Along with it come fear, uncertainty, and endless questions repeating themselves inside her mind. What will people think? Is it wrong for me to feel this way? Do I still deserve to experience love again? Am I betraying my past? Will he truly understand me? And in the middle of all those thoughts, without even realizing it, small signs begin to appear. Quiet signs, subtle signs, but incredibly meaningful ones. The first sign appears in her eyes. The gaze of a woman like this is never ordinary. She does not look carelessly. There is caution hidden behind her eyes. When she begins to feel something for you, she may look at you for a brief moment, smile gently, and then quickly pull herself back again, almost as if two sides are fighting within her. One side wants to move closer, while the other is terrified of making the wrong step. And this is where everything slowly becomes noticeable, because eyes can never completely hide the truth. The second sign appears in the way she responds to your words. Small things you say suddenly begin to matter deeply to her. Have you eaten today? You look tired. Are you okay? To other people, these may sound like simple, everyday phrases, but to her, they carry emotional warmth that reaches the heart. Even her tone of voice begins to change. It becomes softer, warmer, and more personal. She starts remembering tiny details about you, not because she is trying hard to impress you, but because you genuinely matter to her. And without realizing it, an emotional connection slowly starts to grow. The third sign is perhaps the deepest of all, when she begins to include you in her silence. A woman who has experienced deep loss does not easily allow someone into the private space of her loneliness. That place is deeply personal. It is where she keeps her sadness, her sleepless nights, and the thoughts she has never shared with anyone else. But when she begins saying things like, "The house feels empty sometimes. I often feel alone. It's hard for me to sleep at night," then those are not just casual words. They are a door slowly beginning to open. It is a sign that she is starting to trust you, because not everyone is invited into the loneliness of another person. And when that happens, it is no longer just a conversation. A deep emotional bond quietly begins to form. Little by little, without either person fully noticing it, two hearts begin connecting, not through loud promises or dramatic words, but through silence, attention, understanding, and simple presence. Because in the end, Every human being desires the same thing: to feel seen, understood, and emotionally close to someone who truly cares.